This Monroe woman accused of crashing her car into a birthday party while drunk will be going on trial for the murders of two siblings.
Today we're coming to you from Newport, Michigan, about 30 minutes south of Detroit, to cover the heartbreaking case where two children, ages 4 and 8, lost their lives to a senseless act. Marcella Chidester was a 67-year-old woman convicted of killing two young children at a party here at this boat club after crashing her car through the wall. After this happened, she claimed that it was a seizure and some other type of medical condition that caused the crash. However, her blood alcohol level was 0.18, which is double the legal limit. So Marcella Chidester lives here in Newport, Michigan, just about 4 or 5 houses down the road. On April 20th of 2024, she drove her car into the Swan Boat Club here, where there was a children's birthday party happening, which is right here on the border of Lake Erie. She crashed about 25 feet into the building, going approximately 45 miles per hour after she left her home right down here, which we're going to pass. This crash resulted in 2 fatalities, 4-year-old Zane Phillips and 8-year-old Alana Phillips, and about 15 others were injured, and she crashed right into that wall right beyond this car here where that telephone pole is, right up against the building. She was actually charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder, 2 counts of OWI causing death, and 4 counts of OWI causing serious injury. Marcella was arraigned on April 23rd of 2024 with a bond set at $1.5 million on the condition of no alcohol, driving, or leaving Michigan, which she did post that bond and get out, and actually did an interview or 2 with local media.
Wanted to just let people know, that I'm so very, very disturbed about the situation, and I don't remember what happened. I can only say that I've been praying for everyone that's been injured.
Her defense attorney cited a medical condition being leg seizures and medication, which was gabapentin that she was on. She claimed to have only had a glass of wine. However, her own surveillance in her house shows her walking around drinking a glass of wine. Her blood alcohol level at the time of the accident was 0.18, which was more than double the legal limit. When the police officers asked her on a scale of 1 to 10 how, if she should or should not be driving, would she give herself a 1, meaning she's perfectly fine, or would she give herself a 10, meaning she probably shouldn't be on the road at all? And she gave herself a 7.
On a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being like you're stone cold sober, you can drive perfectly, 10 being you're passed out drunk, where do you think you're at right now?
7.
A 7? Okay. Do you think you're okay to drive?
I wouldn't want to drive.
So her trial began on March 3rd, 2025. It lasted 4 days, and the jury deliberated 2 hours. Plenty of evidence, security footage showing her consuming wine at her home before the crash, and of course, expert testimony on the blood alcohol content, toxicology were introduced into the trial. The defense challenged the handling of the blood alcohol content evidence and blamed seizures, but the jury, they didn't buy it. The jury found her guilty on all 9 charges. On May 15th of 2025, Judge Daniel White sentenced her to 25 to 50 years in prison, an additional 2 to 3 years for injury counts, and 7 to 15 years for death counts to be served concurrently. The families gave some pretty emotional impact statements during this time, and her only statement was that she was praying for all those involved. So let this be a stark reminder to everybody to not drink and drive. Now, there are videos and photos of them bringing the children that were injured and had passed out of the boat club, and the father arriving on scene and the mother. However, I'm not going to post any of that. That just doesn't need to be shown, in my opinion. This is still very raw, very fresh for these families. So we're here to remember the victims of this terrible tragedy that could have been avoided. So this right here that would have been the entrance to the hall right there, and this would have been the actual hall right here, which has since been repaired. But her car would have went in just to the left of this pole right here and went right through the building and in 25 feet. Now, they do have barricades here, obviously, to prevent something like this from happening again, because if you turn and look, this is just a straight curve in. This is probably the first time anything like this has happened, and probably would be the last time, hopefully. But we're going to head down to where Marcella Chidester lives. So there's people out, so we're going to go real quick. This would be her home right here. Right there. And her car would have been parked right here. And when she came out, she actually came around and smoked a truck that was parked right here. She backed right into it, and then she took off down to the boat club. Now, it's been said that she had hit a tree head on earlier that day. Slow down. After she backs out of her driveway and spins around and hits that truck in the next driveway, you can clearly see that she has front end damage to her vehicle. So it's been said that she had hit a tree earlier in the day before she left her home after allegedly consuming wine. Now, Marcella Chidester's day apparently began at 11 o'clock in the morning when she visited a bar that she would often frequent. During her testimony, a barmaid came in, one of the barmaids that was working on the day of the accident. This barmaid testified that Marcella came in at 11 o'clock and met two friends, and had a bowl of soup, a glass of wine, and a glass of water. Now, the barmaid also said that she did not see Marcella leave and that there was another barmaid on staff that day. So she doesn't know if Marcella had consumed more alcohol at the bar while she was there. All she knows is that she personally served her the soup, a glass of wine, and a glass of water. And now we're going to go to the bar that Marcella started her day off on the day of the tragedy. Here we are at Vera's Tavern. This is where Marcella would have came at 11 o'clock that morning to start drinking. We're about 3 miles down the road